right. So now check this out. I was thinking about what the topic was going to be for this week huddle. After going to the hockey game, watching the Florida Panthers dominate Edmonton Oilers for the second time in 2 years, it's contagious. Winners just learn, they just know how to win, and losers just lose. And it's all about building momentum. You could build momentum as far as winning, and you could build a momentum and spiral down as far as losing. So I have some principles. You guys know how I am. I'm a listicle guy. I have principles. I have steps for everything you can name. So this is going to be very interactive. This is not going to be a lecture, right? So I want to open up this with, you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your habits. So today we're rewriting someone's habits. So I'm going to go with number one. And I want to hear from you guys what comes to your mind. And some of you leaders might want to share some stories that may, you may think about while I'm saying this. So please feel free to share. Identity over activity. Number one, winners don't just do winning things. They become winners first. Success is not just about task. It's about belief. Winners align their identity with excellence. They say, this is who I am, not just this is what I do. Now, as far as losers let the activity define them one bad day and they call it a bad career. What's your thoughts? Please unmute.
That falls in line right with the book of the month and falls in line right with what we were talking about on Friday. You are what you think. Winners are always going to stay positive and stay on that realm regardless of what adversity is coming. You got to go through it. You can't get stuck on bubblegum. That's my thoughts on it, basically. I only heard the positive part. That whole negative part was blah, 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 blah. Charlie Brown.
Anybody want to add to what Leo just said? Thank you, Leo.
I think winners understand that it's a journey to success, and that, it's not something that happens overnight. It does require not only the mind, but also action. And losers may understand that it requires action, but they give up very soon, and they don't realize that it's all a part of the journey.
Great breakdown. Who that was? Tequila?
Yes.
Great breakdown. Whoa. Yeah, my notes. Great job. Good stuff.
That was good. Yeah. I want to add one more thing. Winning is not a number, it's an attitude. If you, just because you could be at zero and still be a winner, it's your attitude and your mindset. As long as you're still being active and really living in that spirit, you're a winner. It's what you believe at the end of the day. But that tequila, that was phenomenal there, guy.
Yes, that was good. Yeah. That was great. I'm going straight to number two. Number two, obsession with standard. Winners have a higher standard and they protect it fiercely. They don't negotiate with their calendar. They don't lower the bar when no one's watching. Losers, on the other hand, make convenience their boss. Winners let discipline take the mic.
They're too flexible, coach, because they're winning. They're willing to do it by any means. If you're strict to the way you are, things will fall into place. I can give an example of how that's worked in our business. And I would say in my business, new, seasoned, it doesn't matter. I'm sticking to the system. If you're coming in and trying to give me ideas, listen, for the last 6 months, $92,000 written in business submitted, got close to a ring, gotten legacy, gotten ED. You know what? If it ain't broke, I ain't fixing it. I'm not bending or switching what I'm doing because it's more convenient to you. There's the system. I'm witnessing that it works. Get on board, or you just need a different boat. That's being very strict and strategic to what works, and I'm not bending for it.
What if it sound attractive, man? What if it sounds sexy, man?
That's great, beautiful, sexy. I love it. But listen, I'm in love with what I'm doing. You can't listen. Happy people don't switch. I'm happy. I'm in love with what I'm doing. Thank you, but no thanks. I don't care how sexy, how beautiful. Nah, that's an illusion. That could be beautiful on the outside and then corrupt in the inside.
That's right. Sexy and attractive don't make no money. Sexy and attractive don't help no people. What's your thoughts on that, what Leo just said about standards, being obsessed with it? Do anybody has any example with that one?
I'd like to piggyback on that. And when it comes to winning standards, right, in your life, it goes back to the book, of the month. It's, everything is, how you think. And you have winners that they have a belief system that says that, okay, I desire this, I don't have it, I'm frustrated, I got to move to go get it. The people that are out there that have the desire, but they don't have the belief that they can achieve it, that's the difference maker. So you got to have the belief and the desire have to be there so that it creates the frustration to get you to move and start to apply like those winning habits. So everything is what you think. That's like the bottom line. Everything is what you think when you talk about the difference between a winner and someone that just settles.
Good morning, everyone. This is August. How you doing?
There you go, Mr. August with an E. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I said I wanted to let everybody else talk, but I'm like, I had to say something. When you're obsessed, right? I think I talked about that on Monday. That obsessive word means so much that if people truly know what that means, right? I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios. We heard about this, we read it in books, but when it was a story, and if it's true or not, but they burned the boat. So which means that they could never go back to where they came from. They had no choice to just go and conquer what they had to conquer. Your back is up against the wall. There's no way out. You have to fight to go forward, right? So you have no other choice. When you are obsessive with something, it's like you are so focused that nothing else matters, and that could be so deadly that you could disregard everything else, your family, your loved one, because you are so die-hard focused and that laser focus to achieve that goal. And sometimes people don't understand that, and they look at you like there's something wrong with you. You have to make time. You have to have balance. Now, that is true. But if you're on a mission and you got standards, this is like you will die to achieve that goal. And I could only say that I never had that until I was obsessive about something where I didn't care. When everyone says that, I don't care what you say. It's working. It's good for you. I'll meet you at the top, but it's working for me. I'm not going to change. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to bend and look at it, but if it's working, don't change it. So being obsessive is to the point that you're so laser focused that you don't care what anyone says. Now, if people's with you, they know what you're doing, then they're going to be with you. And belief. You already won when you believe you won. You lose when you let doubt creep into your mind, and the minute something doesn't go right, that doubt overtakes that winning belief, and now it spirals and you lose. So the game, the party that won already believed they were winners. Even before they got on the floor, before they even got to the locker room, they know they were going to win without a shadow of a doubt. Now, we all could say, well, we all believe that. That is true. But there is that creeping little inch. That door is cracked open, and that uncertainty creeps in. And the minute something goes wrong, all of a sudden, the house of cards fall down.
House of cards fall down. Exactly. Like you said, building a house on sand. You can't, building a castle on sand. Good stuff, August. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing, my man. Let me go to number 3 because that was too good. We could talk about that all day. Number 3, urgency in execution. Speed is spiritual. Hesitation is a habit. Winners act quickly and course correct faster. They treat opportunity like oxygen. Losers overanalyze, underact, and wait to feel ready. Waiting doesn't build wealth. Execution does. Let me repeat that. Urgency in execution. Speed is spiritual. Hesitation is a habit. Winners act quickly and course correct faster. They treat opportunity like oxygen. Losers overanalyze, underact, and wait to feel ready. Waiting doesn't build wealth, execution does. What's y'all take on that?
Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
This is Michelle.
Hey, there we go. Hey, Michelle.
Can you hear
Yes.
me now? That makes me think of where I'm at now in fight or flight mode. And also with number 2, with being obsessed with standards. Because now, at this point, since I've joined, I can't eat, sleep, or think correctly without thinking, what is my next step? What's my next calculated move? Who am I going to call? I'm up at night writing down the people who I'm going to call for today. I'm trying to figure out whose calendar is open and where I could squeeze in. If your calendar is closed, then I need to go to somebody else's calendar and try to get in. I just need somebody to be in front of who I'm trying to get to either join the business or get some help. And it's not so much about like jumping around. No, you got to have a laser eye focus on what you're doing. And when you say don't be distracted, don't be distracted. Like I'm breathing, moving to the next level. I'm not obsessed with money. I'm breathing with where I can see my future and how I can see other people moving the momentum. They say one small spark will light a forest fire, and that's the direction that I would like to go in. And I just pray that we all move with the same momentum and burn it down. So yes, fight or flight mode. That's where I'm at, and I pray that everybody has that same kindle of fire, and it just takes off.
There it is. It's all about executing. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of us overanalyze things. Seriously, we overthink. Like Leo said, when you have a system, you don't have to think. Just like McDonald's. When people go to McDonald's, and this is why they're so successful, and this is why they are able to hire 14, 15, 16-year-olds and run it better than a Ruth Chris, is because everything has a system. You don't have to think. All you have to do is just react. The system, the playbook tells you what to do. Now, it's your job is just to execute or to overthink it. When you overthink it, and when people overthink it, you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to figure out an easy way of doing it. When you do that, you're losing momentum and you're losing time. Those are 2 key components when it comes to action. I want to just piggyback off of Michelle real quick. Number 4. They focus on what they can control. Winners don't blame the leads, the market, or their upline. They blame the mirror. They control their energy, effort, and attitude daily. Losers hand over their power by giving excuses more airtime than solutions. So, what do a loser look like? A loser like somebody who complains more than having solutions. So you have an agent that comes to you calling you, hey boy, hey dude, hey girl, man, I don't know, I'm struggling, and they don't have a solution. You need to hang up on them immediately, because losing is a habit. It's contagious. You don't want that losing mentality to rub on you. Now, it depends now who the person is. They may be calling to complain because they need help with a solution. It's a difference. It's a catch-22. And if you're losing, you don't want to hear it. But if you're a winner, you can't help that person. So guess what? If you're losing, when I say losing, I mean learning. When you're going through it, do not call somebody that's doing worse than you. Call somebody that's doing way better than you so they can't uplift you. Do anybody want to piggyback off that one right there, number 4?
Hey, Coach, this is LaShawn. I definitely want to piggyback off of that. Actually, I was just reading that this morning with the book you have me reading, The Mindset of a Millionaire, and it talks about a winner and a loser. The characteristics of a loser is a person that always plays the victim, and the characteristics of a person that always plays the victim is one that always makes excuses, one that always tries to justify, and one that always tries to complaining. So when you see those characteristics of a person, then you kind of know their blueprint and why they're not successful. So a loser is one, once again, that makes excuses, justify, and complain. You never see a winner complaining about they just brought a new car. You never see a winner making an excuse of, oh, I just brought on 3 business partners or whatever. So those are important characteristics that you can identify or know the DNA of people that you're working with or doing business with.
Wow. LaShawn, let me tell you, you just said something. How can I argue when I just recruited 3 people? How can I complain about that? I just wrote 1 application. I saved a life this week. I've saved a family. I helped somebody with retirement. How can I complain? You are absolutely 1,000% correct. Anybody want to piggyback off what LaShawn just said? Powerful.
Great job, LaShawn. This is Taurus. And what I wanted to share was, Coach, you said in that section there, it said that they control the controllables, right?
Yes. With the winners, yes, sir, yes.
They control what they can control, right?
Mm-hmm. They focus on what they can control, yes.
That's right. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So in this business, whether you're, been in the business a long time or you're just getting started, the one thing that you can control is writing down names on paper, calling those people, presenting your opportunity, exposing people to what you have to offer, and then letting the chips fall where they may. More people get caught up in other stuff with, okay, where am I right now for the month? Nobody wants to buy these policies. Man, this particular race, they don't, want to do the right thing for themselves and their community. I hear all that stuff. But at the end of the day, winners control the controllables. And I had a great talk with Carol earlier in the week, Miss Carol Cheatham, and we came up with a concept for our team. That's where the 390 came from. You get the presentations done within a certain period of time, set up the number of presentations that you want to do, give yourself a deadline, 30 days, 90 days, 60 days, whatever it is, and go for it. So that's what winners do.
I love it. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing, Taurus.
Hey, let me piggyback off of all of the conversations, right?
Yes, sir.
And that goes back to what Michelle was saying, right? If the winners have the spark, and I'm going to speak about the losing situations, right? If the winner have the spark, all it takes is that one spark for the losers just to see, damn, they really could win. I'm witnessing this right now with Taurus. Shout out to Taurus. That's my man. Shout out to Taurus, right? He's taking somebody who don't know nothing about insurance. I went and got my license and whatever. But he never said, hey, man, you sounding like a loser. He always said, hey, look, Mo, this is what we gonna do. We gonna write these names down. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. We gonna go out. And that spark that I seen in Taurus, it sparked me to start up a whole generation of people to follow me. So, on Michelle's point of view, shout out to you. On LaShawn, I understood what you said about both sides. But I'm going to speak on this one side because I'm around a lot of people that think it's not possible. But due to the spark, it can create a whole fire with the ones who think it can't happen. So shout out Michelle and shout out to you too, Taurus, and as well as you too, LaShawn. I understand all point of views.
Hey, man, good stuff, man. Hey, bro, I like your energy, man. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for chiming in, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. Anybody want to add to what Maurice said? Maurice, anything you want to add before we go to number 5?
Hey, you know what? Hey, I just wanted to say something. This is Adam. This is the first time saying something, but especially coming in brand new, no recruits yet or anything, but definitely fired up, loving that spark because it really matters to have good people, to surround yourself with good people, good energy, to push, to continue to push yourself, to see that things are possible, and to see that, to help you understand what you're capable of. If you just continue to push, if you buy in, if you just continue to follow the plan, and you can achieve those results as well. So happy to be here, happy to get started, happy to keep pushing. Let's get it.
All guys, Mr. Adams is at 12,000 already for the month, and he's newly appointed. So congratulations to you too, man. And great stuff. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to add to that before I go to number 5? Number 5, emotional resilience, motivation versus motivation. Winners are thermostats, not thermometers. They set the climate. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They set the climate. They set the tone. They show up even when they don't feel like it. And they don't need applause to stay consistent. Losers need external energy to create internal drive. They chase motivation instead of mastering mindset. Let me repeat that again. Emotional resilience versus motivation. And I believe Jay was talking about that yesterday or the other day. I can't remember. But winners are thermostats, not thermometers. They set the climate. They set the tone. They stay in control. I love that. They show up even when they don't feel like it. And they don't need applause to stay consistent. Losers need external energy to create internal drive. They chase motivation instead of mastering the mindset. Go ahead. I want to hear from you guys.
Yo, good morning, everybody. What's up, Mark T?
Mr. On to the next, Big Meech.
I love these conversations, man, especially number 5, bro, because I think, someone told me it's never as bad as you think it is and it's never as good as you think it is, right? It's the person that keeps an even keel and even spirit and even, they show up no matter if it's good times or bad times, and they put that consistent effort in every freaking day. And that's one of the things I think that throughout my career has had me success, because we can say think positively, but some days we just don't got that positive energy. Right? Some days we walk in to the office, we're like, bro, I don't want to be here today. And being entrepreneurs, you have ultimately all control of your schedule. So if you want to blow off a day, you can blow off. But what does that do to your business? This business is built on the consistent everyday grind. No matter if the sun's shining or it's raining, the focus on your business day in, day out. No matter if you don't feel like it, your feelings have nothing to do with your business. How you feel today has nothing to do whether you're going to be successful. It's your ability to focus on the goal and then execute daily the process that's going to get you to that freaking goal. Period. That's, I don't care if you listen to motivational speeches all day. I don't need any external motivation to execute the process on a daily basis, because the process is what I get excited about. I can get my teeth kicked in all day, but I know if I put the work in, 9 times out of 10, it's going to work. You have to accept those days where you're going to get kicked in the teeth. You got to accept those. You know it's going to come. And when it comes, don't be surprised. It's a part of the game. It's a part of this business. But it's the ones that can fight and focus through the adversity every day. ED, right? It means every day. The focus is the process to get you to that goal, not the flowers. You're going to get the flowers eventually, but sometimes you got to take all the SHIT before you can get to the harvest, right? You have to plant that manure. Sometimes you got to be in the dirt and get your hands dirty, but eventually what you sow, you will reap. So yeah, bro, this is number 5 is me all the way, bro. It's the process that you get to every day, no matter if you don't feel like it, no matter if the sun's shining, no matter if all the tides rising, if it's sinking, whatever the case may be. The focus is knocking out the process and getting the job done and execute towards your goal. You got it, bro.
Woo-hoo. Well, hey, Omar just dropped the mic on us. Anybody want to piggyback off that? What Omar just said, he just dropped some nuggets on us. I felt that energy right there.
Well, I wanted to say, I didn't want to come after him, but listen, I want to say, I felt that. Number 5,
yes.
I feel that, you want to be the thermostat. You want to be able to control, how you respond and how you look at what's happening around you. So there's so many things that can distract you in life, whether it be personal, whether it be professional, things not working out, or whatever the case may be. You don't want to become an emotional roller coaster. You want to stay focused. When you look at in sports or whatnot, sometimes the team could be losing, but they're staying focused to the activities that the winning plays. They're still gonna, the shot may not fall, but they feel like, okay, they're making the winning plays, and eventually it's gonna fall. Eventually, it's, you'll be able to come back and win the game. So you want to stay focused and be present and show up for your business every day. So that's what I got.
So good stuff, Ezra. You said something about changing energy in the room. Something came to my mind, because when I be going out to places, people would say, "Oh, this place is boring. This place is this and that." You want to be like the thermostat, not the thermometer. You want to be able to control the room. You want to be able to set the standards when you walk in the room. It's not based on what they think. It's based on what you feel and who you are, your identity, right? And when Omar talked about even kill, I thought about that Emmitt Smith commercial back in '93. You guys remember that Reebok commercial when he was on the bench and he just won the Super Bowl? Yes. And he said, "I'm gonna take a break," and he did one. He was benching on the bench press, and he just took a break. He put the weights down for 1 second, paused, "I'm gonna take a break," and he kept going. He kept going. No matter if you're winning, do not stop. You want to continue that motion, that momentum, because momentum is one of the hardest things to catch and the easiest thing to lose, right? So when you're winning, stay excited, but do not get too excited, because then guess what? Once you get your teeth kicked in, like Omar usually say, when you get your teeth knocked out, how you going to feel then? Are you going to be disappointed, or are you going to continue staying excited? Good stuff, Ezra. Good stuff, Omar. Do anybody want to piggyback over any of these 5 principles that I spoke about? I posted it on the chat so you guys could kind of chime in on the things that we skipped over. Because we skipped over number 1 real quick. I know you guys probably want to say something with that, but because of time, I want to go over everything with you guys. So anybody want to add to what we just talked about today? Oh, we wrapped it up on time, 11 o'clock. But before I let you guys go, I want to talk about ATL. Please register for ATL. A lot of people asking for the information. You will get the information, the place, the time, everything, all the itinerary. As soon as you register, you will receive the information, and we will add you on our funnel so that you will be getting reminded. Please send this link to as many people as possible that's in that area. You don't know who's going to be in Atlanta that weekend or that week. So you live in Mississippi, Alabama, New Jersey, still send that to people, because you don't know who they know in Atlanta. This is how you build your team, by spreading the news, by promoting all the events. The Experience has an event in Chicago. Guess what? I'm sharing it with everybody, because I don't know who's in Chicago. And I'm expecting somebody that I know go that, I don't know nobody in Chicago, to be honest with you, but I'm promoting it because I don't know the people I know. I don't know who they know. So be a master of promoting your business. Matter of fact, what I would do if I were you guys, I would get my flyer, and if you want to put your brand, your name, your picture on that flyer with that same link, send it to your buddies, send it to your friends. It don't matter. All that matters is those people register and you get the good news out. That's what you want to do. You want to be a master of getting the news out. So, do anybody have any questions about Atlanta? If you ask them about what location, where it's going to be at, you got to register and we'll get it. Anybody have any questions regarding that? All right.
Hey, Coach.
Yes, sir.
The website, it's Grow with Mark, right? Growwithmark.com?
Yes, sir.
Growwithmark.com. I think it's WIT.
Yes. Yes, I'll repost it on Telegram. I'll repost the exact link.
Yeah, just go to that link and register. I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to be a great day of getting insight and learning things you need to grow your business and develop personally as well.
Coach Mark and
yes.
Taurus, don't forget, let them know that it will be a BTO also that evening too.
Absolutely. Yes, it is. So for you guys, for your guests, make sure that they register, or you register your guests under the guest registration. The BTO is after the mastermind. The mastermind for current agents. The BTO is for your guests to learn more information about the opportunity. Let me tell you guys something. All you got to do is bring the horse to the water. We got it. We're going to feed them. We're going to do the heavy lifting. We have Omar that's going to be in the building. We have Tara that's going to be in the building. We have Leo that's going to be in the building. August going to be in the building also. He's going to pour into your people and make sure that they get the right information to make a great decision for themselves and for the future. This is the spark. Everybody piggyback off of Michelle. This is the spark that's going to light your forest fire in a good way. All you got to do is do the easy stuff. Promote it, share it. You don't know who needs to be there. You don't know who needs an opportunity. You don't know who is one paycheck away from getting evicted or losing their getting their car repoed. Thank you for that, LaShawn. Now, we do have a BTO at 12 o'clock. And we have training. I believe it's about, let me see what the training is all about. Let me check what the training title is. Let me check 1 second. The training, we're doing a corporate overview in one room, and we're doing a business training in another room. So I want everyone to be on there, please. Even for the BTO, to be a fly on the wall and learn how to do it yourself. The more you be on the BTO meetings, the more you will understand how the business works, and the more excited information you can share with other people.